So it looks like we're recording, so let's give this a try. So we're going to jump back in over here and just do some test footage. So right now we're in the game client on the Sandbox checking out the new Crew 2.0. I've only played with a couple of tanks right now. If OBS is working properly, you should see my Leopard PTA, which is one of my first favorite vehicles. And I've already converted the Crew to 45 points. The Crew system works is, I think it's by the amount of XP you've accumulated on that and the amount of skill. So on average, if all your crews are 3-skill crews, you'll get about 30 something all told, and then you get to delegate. I'm doing this part of the video just to show you what I don't like about the new crew system. And I'll talk a little bit also about crew instructors actually too. So we're going to go into the section. So I've already done the conversion of my crew over. They accumulated 45. They were roughly going almost onto their 4th skill. I've sort of been pushing these guys along since day one. I've been playing off and on since 2013. So last year was the big push to get everybody up to where I wanted some of the tanks. I wanted to get the crews where they are. But I mean, I don't play all the time, so I don't have like some Uber players probably have 7-skill crews, that kind of thing. So they're gonna hit the maximum of the 75. I can only get up to 45. I think this is my biggest max right now. So if you see in the middle here, there's one that says crew skills. So you click on 2 skills, that button, and it brings up the window. This is one of my bigger beefs, or one of the biggest beefs with this system. Now, you have 45 skills to go with. And you see over here where the padlocks are, you see you have to spend up to 30 skills combined to get what's called a talent, which is a free skill, or almost like a perk, but doesn't cost you anything. But you have to spend, 10 here, 10 here. I was watching 4 Tankers and Dog. He was actually doing 10, 5, 10, 5. It's still, as long as it equals 30, then you can pick only one of the 2 skills. Now, my complaint is, I like using the Leopard as a sniper, because Leopard PTA, Leopard 1, and the other, super sniper Schnitzel type German tanks or other tanks, that's their best role. Or that's how I like to play. I've only seen a few people play aggressive Leopards. But say, for example, I want to be stealthy. I want to be able to get the shot in. I don't want to be detected. I want my aim time to be really quick. Those kind of things. So we figure, okay, concealment. I want to get concealment. Well, concealment is down here in the technical skills, along with quick repair, which actually quick repair would be better for a heavy tank or a medium tank. Pain threshold, I think that's if you get hit by artillery, you heal faster. If you go check out some of the other videos that are out there, they go into more explanation. I just wanted to do a quick video on my feelings on some of these skills. I'm not going to go into the whole thing because you can find Raging Raptor, 4 Tankers and Dog. I'll put their links down below and that sort of thing on my YouTube channel. But what I don't like about this system is, my thought is what you should be able to do is go, well, 10 to 5 here, and as long as it equals 30, then I should be able to pick any one of these 10. So I can go, well, I'm a scout, recce, recon, sniper vehicle, so I want to be bushed somewhere in a nice spot, no one's going to see me. Mufflers on. I use now muffler, crew commander's vision system, either binos. That's right, I don't say binocs, I say binos because that's what we used to say when I was in. Or the optics. So for me, I'm thinking, okay, I want to have concealment go up to 10, do your 10. There's my concealment. And I want to have quick reaction, so maybe if I have to engage, I can go 1, 2, 3, or 5. There it is. So there's my quick reaction. Eyes open. Obviously, I want to have a better range when vehicles are coming. I can spot better and/or spot for artillery, spot for other vehicles, or I can see the vehicles quicker, so I can snipe them. So I want to put 10s there. Now, to me, there's my 30, but I don't get this because I have to spend 30 here. Okay, now, target tracking might be good for a leopard or, sniper tank. So there, now unlock select talent. And I can pick either fighting spirit. I believe it's similar to Brothers in Arms because, Brothers in Arms or the team spirit, one of the two, whichever gives you the bigger the benefit. So let's say we'll go team spirit. So there you go. So I only have 5 skill points left, and I put 10 into the concealment, but I don't get any other benefits. My logic is I should be able to pick, say, to get the benefit of the 30, I should be able to go like 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 5 here, 5 here. Does it equal 30? Great. I can then make a selection of the 10 that are here. I don't get that choice. I am forced to go down. It's not even a tree system. It's a linear system. You pick 10 of the, you pick up to 30 as long as it equals 30. Like I said, it could be 10, 5, 10. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could go knock that down and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. That's still a 30. So I get 4 skills, but not at full skills on 2 of them. And I can pick one of these. But to me, that's not. And another comment a lot of people have been saying, this is like an MMO, multiplayer game. Like, I used to play City of Heroes, which is a superhero game. Then there's the DC Universe superhero game. There's Champions Online. There's Star Trek Online. There's Warcraft. Star Wars: The Old Republic. A lot of these games have now switched over. I remember Star Wars Republic had a totally different system that I can't remember because I think I've been playing since '09 and I stopped and I came back and stopped and came back. I remember one of the times they came back, they basically had a window set up like this where you pick what you want. Like, I want to be a certain type of Jedi or a certain type of scoundrel. I can be a gunslinger or one thing or the other. Okay, I can be this kind of bounty hunter. This, there's always like 2 selections on your character. So you go like, okay, I'm going to pick this path, and I want that skill, this skill, that skill, that skill, that skill. And the last iteration, I remember, of Star Wars: The Old Republic, they took away the 1 skill base. And I remember there was articles and everything, and I said, I'm going to set it this way. Well, we're now getting rid of all that. Now we're having a different skill set system, which was it was a path you just went. So you're going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you get to your 5th skill, you can pick, I think, like 3 to 4 different skills that you could pick yourself. So it was like you had to, your choice. Next step, 6, 7, 8. We're telling you what you're going to get because you're going down that tree of that type of, Jedi or whatever character it was. So you're, a Sentinel Jedi, you're, and gives you different skills, different fighting styles, that kind of thing. That was kind of good because then all Jedis weren't all the same. I think in Star Trek Online, they came up with a newer system. When you hit Admiral, you get an extra skill basic into, and I think they're going to do something similar to this when you hit the 75 skill mark. You won't get any more skills, but you can get other little benefits that you can, push. They're showing like a linear graph where instead of going this way with your XP, you're going this way. But when I'm hearing XP and all these other things and skills, it definitely makes me think of Dungeons and Dragons, whether board game or online games or any other MMO. It's the same thing. And a lot of people are saying, we're playing tanks for 15 minutes, but we're spending hours now, and especially I have about almost 150 tanks, including my premiums. Now I have to go and convert all these different crews, to the new system. And another thing I didn't like either, I'm just trying to get out of this. Let's just go back to the garage. One of the things I didn't like was on some of my crews, like say this crew. Well, I got the, this was an anniversary character I got. What is it? Ferdinand Volk, the Käfer, the bug. And I've been building my crew and building my crew and building my crew. Now, The only one benefit I'm seeing so far, which I did mention earlier, but a lot of things, the only good thing coming out of Crew Point right now is everybody gets 6 cents. So you don't have to spend the time, because it was a perk, not a skill, so you couldn't build it up. You had to, build up a skill over time, like work prepared, work camouflage something. Once you get to 100, switch it over. We all know the drill on, how to do your skills. And what I don't like is I've been spending all this time, or some people have been saying too on some of their crews for their own personal reason. They may be like, I have some skills. I have one crew, I think on, I'm not going to look, but I think it's on my Centurion crew, my Centurion 7. And I changed the name to a silly joke that was in a war picture called The Odd Angry Shot about the Australians in Vietnam. And the boys got into trouble, so they said, what are your names? Well, my name is Gray, Green, Brown, and he's Oakover. And I actually took my one crew and I said, okay, I'm going to call them Gray, Green, Brown. There was no Oakover, I said Oak. And another tank I had, because I used to watch Blackadder, I had Rowan Atkinson, Tony Robbins, all the actors' names and or names of the actual character. Like, I gotta find similar to Lord Flashheart. Those kind of, just for, giggles for me, just to make the game a little more interesting. I also got bored last year too on a couple of my American crews, because you do get African American tank crews, but I thought historically, and I wasn't aware of this, I knew of the Tuskegee Airmen, of the African American fighter pilots in World War II, that actually in World War II there were also regiments of African American tank crews. There was no intermixing yet at the time. So I thought it'd be kind of neat to have okay, I'm going to have a whole crew of, it's just like some people have an all-female crew. What I've done when I've gotten my bonus females from the campaigns, the personal missions, I usually take them, because they get all the extra skills, I make them a crew commander and have the rest all guys. It's just so I can spread them out. So I can, okay, here's a so-many skill crew commander can put here, and then just, work on the other people. You're going to lose all this. And I know as you see here too, hopefully OBS is catching all this, there is no campaign right now. So I don't know if campaigns are not going to be part of this, or we're just taking this out of the equation as part of Crew 2.0. But what's going to happen is, Volk is, when I go convert crew, Volk is not going to become the crew commander. As you can see here, it's going to be Bruno Schön is going to become the crew commander, because he's the gunner. So the gunner gets bumped up to the crew commander, because what happens now too, and if you've seen the other videos, you have a five-man, 5-person crew, and the crew gets converted, but there's only one representative, the crew commander. The other crews don't count, because now you have this cumulative skill set. So instead of everybody being a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skill crew, it's going to be like I showed in the other window, the way the crews, the skills are being built. And that's the one thing I want to really point out. So here's an example of what happens if I convert the crew. I go convert crew, it's going to turn them into a 34 crew, because most of the guys, this guy has 3, this guy has 3, 3, 3, and he's got 4 and a bit. But it's only 3. If you see, there's only 3 here: Brothers in Arms, Eagle Eye, and Repairs, because Sixth Sense is now by default, everybody gets it. So when you think about it, he used to be 4 skills, and because of this change now, he loses that advantage. This could make them maybe, a 35 or close to 40 skill crew, because of you're taking away that one skill, which I don't like. A lot of things, I think a lot of people are chiming in, but I think the biggest takeaway from this is, for now, why don't we just don't go jumping so ahead, but at least if in the next iteration after, say, 1.12, maybe we'll just add that everybody gets the free 6 cents and leave it at that. Why do we need to do other things for now? And maybe tweak the skill set a little bit. But like I was saying before, let me go back to a crew that I converted. And these guys, this was a Chuck Norris crew I had. And Chuck Norris, that's what happens to the other people too. So if you go crew instructors, now as you can see, I already have a few people converted. So you got Santa Claus, and you got Julia Caesar. She came in last year. I threw her actually on a Japanese tank, just because I wanted, like I said, I wanted to diversify people. I need different crew commanders here with the extra skill set. I thought that'd be really good to make them all crew commanders. I don't want to have, like I did actually after this last winter event, that I took one of the American tanks and I put Santa Claus, because he used to be, I think, either on my artillery or I think I put him on the Patriot for a while, just to help out the crew. And then what I did was I moved him over to the American T-29 line, and going that way, and then I put the Snow Maidens on there, but I only had 4 of them, so I had to put an extra fellow on the bottom because it's a 6-man crew. And I tried making a couple other ones, because you do get, I think what they do is they take some of the extra crew and they can be rolled over into instructors. So right now I have 10 extra instructors, and because I don't have all of them converted, but if you go into the instructor list, you see there's Chuck Norris. You have, this was a new one, Oleana Hayworth, and these are just blank instructors. They don't have any avatars where I had Queen Maeve from The Boys and Starlight from those two Twitch Prime gaming bonuses, and these are the girls from the other ones. My one disappointment with the crew instructor system is when you put, let me see if I can find who I put on somewhere here. Oh, there's one of the American tanks. Who's the American tank? Let me find American tank. Let me just do this. American tank. T-29. Okay, so here we go. These guys are only a 25 skill crew. And we got Santa Claus and we got Julia as instructors. So you can see them over here, and they give, he gets a +1 bonus and a +2 bonus on his skills, which happen to be target tracking and vulnerability experts. That's another complaint too, to get those skills. I'll show you all on one of them. But while we're here, what I don't like is these instructors have been added, and they're only added to one tank. I have not even 20 extra instructors to work with, working with, say, 140 tanks, 150 tanks. These instructors stay with the tank, and once you remove them, you lose the bonus. So as you can see here, I got now +2 bonus on the vulnerability expert, and I just got a free +1 on target tracking. My understanding is unless you go up to 5 skill points on that, you don't get a lot of benefit by putting like 1, 2, 3, 4. You should go at a minimum of 5, maximum of 10. And like I said, because you get the 30 points to get the extra skill, excuse me. Now the downside is, and this is my thought process to instructors, to me, being ex-military, and even when you go to school or whatever, your teachers are your instructors. They're teaching you something. This logic is, you get the instructor associated with the vehicle, and it's almost like an extra crew person. Okay, now you've got this extra crew person. They're not riding along with you. They're just giving you the benefit of instructing you and enhancing your skills by 1 + 1 + 2%, or sorry, +1 + 2 skills. And if I dismiss Santa Claus, like I'm going to do here, excuse me, I'm going to lose the +1 + 2 bonus on that skill. Now, my logic is, the instructor teaches the crew a new skill. Excuse me. So what should be happening is, if you're teaching that extra skill, the crew should memorize, should be, okay, I'm going to show you a new trick on how to shoot, conceal, whatever it is, right? That there shouldn't be an issue with this. Hang on a sec. Video card's getting a little warm here. So my logic is you've been taught by the instructor. Santa Claus has given you his wisdom. Oh, here's a better way to target track and a better way to find vulnerabilities on your target. And I'm going to teach you this, and you're going to remember that. Great, now I have a skill set of 12 on that. But once you take Santa Claus away, you lose that skill. So to me, it's like, I learned a bunch of stuff. I learned how to drive a vehicle. I learned certain tricks, all the training I had in the military. Now, if my sergeant who trained me walks away, I forget that little extra, gem of information he gave me. Or in school, you learned something. You learned a math trick. You learned, whatever you learned in school. Now, the teacher walks away or you leave school. Like over time, you do forget things. That's a given. But my logic here is they just taught you something. Great, I got a benefit out of that. I will remember that benefit for going on. But as soon as I go dismiss, and here's the other thing that kind of sucks too. As soon as I go dismiss, and if I'm a free-to-play player and I don't have a lot, I can for free dismiss them for 7 days, but anytime during that 7 days I can spend 200 gold, which is again money for the company because again, Wargaming doesn't operate on buttons. They do need, funding to keep the services going and pay their employees. So that's a given. But it always seems to be we're always dropping so much coin into this as it is. So if I want to reuse Santa Claus again, I can spend 200 gold right now, and he'll be around. But I have to put him onto another tank if I want to give the skills. But what happens is, let's even go with the 7-day thing for free. Confirm, he is now gone. I have now lost that +2, +1 bonus. It's like the crew learned a bunch of stuff. Hey, what was that thing that Santa Claus taught us? Joe, I have no idea. He's gone now. We've forgotten it all. That doesn't make sense. It should be you get the bonus, you retain the bonus. And, when that instructor goes to the next vehicle, I have these 2 skills. I can teach you guys. They go to that vehicle, they teach the skill, that crew's going to remember, and you can pass on this skill. And that's how skills work. You go to somebody, you learn something, martial arts. It's like, well, I now learned, I went from this belt to the next belt, right? Oh, the sensei, Sifu, if you're in the Kung Fu, they walked away. I've left the dojo, I've left the training. I have now forgotten all the skills they taught me. That's not how skills and knowledge work, but that's what this game is doing right now. And the other thing is, if I want to get another instructor for free that doesn't have any skills yet, so we're just going to pick Starlight. They don't have right now. The avatar hasn't been created yet, so they're probably going to make some spiffy-looking avatar, maybe in her costume, maybe more tankish, because a lot of they actually spent a lot of time revamping the uniform changes, even for the way the crew commanders look. You can actually change the avatars like you could before, but now it's a full avatar, or at least a bust shot of what your crew commander will look like. You have a choice of the 5 skills here, the 5 different categories. You have tactics, you have gunnery, you have maintenance, you have driving, you have operations. So you can go like say with the Leopard crew, or this is going to go into a heavy tank with a T-29. Well, I want to have maybe better driving because heavy tanks are hard to drive. I want to be able to maneuver it better. So I have the different options here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 options, and some of the options are firefighting skills. Pedal to the metal. I can drive faster. I drive in a straight lane. Off-road driving. Now it's not a driver skill. You have to pick it up. But I don't get to pick the skills. And also, just a quick note too, the other benefit you get too is you get plus 20% from the instructor, gives you extra XP. As long as the instructor is attached to the tank. Once the instructor is gone, you lose that advantage. But again, too, like I said, say a minimum of 100 tanks. Even if you have 50 tanks and you only have like 10 instructors, well, that means you have to put them on for a while, run them around, take them off, move them around. It's going to be a cost. Or if you don't spend the gold, well, now I have to wait till next week. So you can go instructor, do it, but then I have to wait until the next week or next weekend. then I can attach or spend the gold to bring them back again. But again, too, you can only attach up to 4 instructors per vehicle. And once they leave, they're gone. So they got to rework something here, because there's a benefit to a degree, but then you lose the benefit. So what's the point of having a benefit if you're only going to get it for a smidge? It's sort of, I guess, in the same way, but I mean, we're still going to have boosters. So I'd rather spend the money on credit boosters and the crew boosters. I mean, maybe you're going to all be cumulative, right? You know, say if your clan puts the boosters on, well, you get the credit booster, you put your own credit booster on, you're making more money that way when you're grinding. But to go back a step, so I'm going to pick Starlight as an instructor, and I'd like to get one of these 9 skills. Well, I'd love to get the Concealment, or I'd love to get the Need for Speed, but here's what's going to happen. You go select again, you're going to see this in other videos. What I wanted is not here. It's ramming, evasive maneuvers, and precision. And I can pick one of those, with one of these categories, which gives you the 2 things. But I mean, I didn't want one of those. And the thing is, too, this is locked in now. I have now wasted that instructor, and that feature is wasted. So let's go with, maybe I do want to do ramming. So let's do ramming, and I go train. She gets that. Now she has the 2 benefits plus 20% XP boost on the crew until you remove the instructor from the vehicle. That's about it for now. Those are my major complaints, was like selecting your skills and selecting your instructor and that sort of thing. So I don't know what they're going to do. A lot of people are saying, like, give it 6 months, listen to all the feedback from all the players that have chimed in, or if they've done surveys, or people on the forums, and listen to what they want. And I think a lot of people do not want this system. If we wanted this kind of system, I'd go, and somebody said too, this is a similar system to Warships. I only played Warships a little bit before I jumped back onto World of Tanks. And if you play, I think on the console, has a similar system too, where you have a series of skills. You can go, like, I want that, but I think you can still go, well, I want that, and that. This one, I don't know if it has an extra benefit if you pick so many skills, if you get an extra talent or an extra, super skill added onto your crew, that kind of thing. So, but the way this setup is right now, a lot of people are going to say it's confusing, especially if you want to bring in newer players. Right now, this is, the seasoned players, the veteran players going like, no. The other downside is, too, like I said, I only have, like these guys here, too, only 25 skills. And I can only, divvy out so many skills. And this is a tier 7 vehicle. If I go up somebody with a tier 7 vehicle that's been playing, like, since day one, they've been playing for the last, 9 to 10 years, or even the last 7 years straight, and they've been grinding, they've got their 5, 6, 7, skilled crew, they're going to be maxed out, and I'm going to go up against them in a match, they're going to kick my ass. Or somebody is, got all the extra skills as a scout, I'm going to be spotted in 2 seconds. I can't, because I haven't put the time and effort, because I'm a semi-casual player. I got more serious last year because of, our lockdowns going on during the pandemic. So there too, again, you're having a disadvantage. You might as well just, go up against premium tanks with gold loaded up, and against, seal clubber type characters, and that's what it's all going to turn into now. And it's going to be putting off the casual players, or people that say, like, hey, I heard of this World of Tanks, my brother plays it, or I know a friend who plays it, maybe I want to try it out now. It's gonna suck for a new player. And I saw it too when I created a new account last year, just to try see how the system is now, or how to be a free-to-player, how to be a total free-to-play player. And I found out you really can't, because I really don't have time to grind. I don't want to be grinding. I want to be playing the game. I don't want to be spending all the time doing logistics and building up stuff. I just want to, like, jump into the action and go. But the way this is now, you're going to spend so much time doing logistics, building up the crew. I mean, once you're done, it's like doing Equipment 2.0. Once you got everything sorted. But even too, that was a bit of a money grab, because then, and it's still a money grab, because Equipment 2.0. I still don't like the fact is, if I get a new tank, I still have to buy equipment. I don't have the option anymore other than spending, you know, the what is it called, the dismounting kit, and spending gold, like 10 gold, to remove the kit. I already spent the credits to buy that equipment. It's my equipment. I should be able to put it where we want, like the old system was. And as long as it sticks within, you know, the 3-tier system, the class system, okay. You can't put tier 6 equipment on a tier 9 vehicle. Fine. But I buy so many pieces of equipment, like say 10 pieces of equipment, that I can shuffle around like we used to do. You can't do that anymore. So again, that's another disappointment in the game. But yeah, overall, I am not impressed with this. So I'm going to post this up, and I'll probably drop it in the forums, maybe on one of the Facebook groups. Hopefully this gets heard, and everybody else who's into this gets to be heard. I know 13 Disciple, if you're on Twitch, and Talk to Me Goose, they're going to be doing a Crew 2.0 stream tonight. Hopefully they're going to cover some of the things that a lot of us are talking about and go from there. So we'll leave it here right now, and if this doesn't turn out, probably forgive me. It's my first time using OBS as a recording device. And as always, we will see you in the next one.